Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today I'm talking about my top 10 favorite movies of 2021. Now this is my personal list, this is the list of movies that I personally enjoyed the most in 2021. Obviously a few honorable mentions to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I really enjoyed that movie, but I didn't feel like I could put it on the list because it's a director's cut. And also to Cruella, which was a bit of a surprise. So anyway, here we go. Number 10 is Black Widow. Is this the Black Widow movie I had been wanting? Not 100%, but this is a really good movie nonetheless. Yes, it has a villain problem, but I really liked where the story took Natasha Romanoff and the family dynamic between her and Yelena Belova. I really enjoyed the movie. It's not perfect, but I thought it was worth putting on this list. Number 9 is No Time to Die. Again, bit of a villain problem, but other than that, this is kind of the send-off that I wanted Daniel Craig's Bond to have. Where the movie took James Bond as a character, the development he's had over the past few movies, and also just how they ended it, I thought was perfect for Daniel Craig. Yes, just like Black Widow, there's a villain problem, but that's the biggest issue with the movie. I know I mentioned at least one other thing in my review, but that's just what's worth talking about for this. Number 8 is The Last Duel. The movie could have been a little bit shorter, but that's really the biggest issue with the film. Other than that, this is a terrific Ridley Scott medieval action movie that deals with very serious subject matter, and you can still kind of see it today with these, establishment elitists just trying to protect themselves and protect their group, as evidenced by this guy. And I thought it was just simply a well-made movie. Number 7 is The Tomorrow War. The Tomorrow War is a movie we don't get very often that doesn't really have a whole lot of messaging to it. It just wants to entertain you. That's exactly what The Tomorrow War did with me. I was very much entertained by this film, and I really enjoyed it. Chris Pratt is in it, and Chris Pratt is as awesome as ever. And you get this really nail-biting action movie with him and with aliens. What more do you want? Number 6 is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Nostalgia done right is basically this movie. The movie is a complete love letter to the original Ghostbusters that completely respects what came before it and honor the legacy of the franchise. Yes, there's a lot of nostalgia in it. Yes, there's some harken backs to the original Ghostbusters, but in the end, for the most part, it all works, and I really enjoyed the movie. Number 5 is A Quiet Place Part 2, one of the rare few sequels that is better than the first movie, even though, as I've stated before, I really like the first A Quiet Place. Quiet Place Part 2 is everything a sequel should do. It has its own original storyline that yes, directly connects to the first movie, but instead of trying to be the first movie, it tries to be its own movie. I really enjoyed A Quiet Place Part 2. I really enjoy what they did with the movie, and it just deserves a spot on this list. Number 4 is Run, Hide, Fight. This is the first movie that the Daily Wire has released, and I decided to go and check it out. And Run, Hide, Fight is a great movie. It's everything you want in a action movie. The movie's hero is not invincible. She takes damage. There's nail-biting action throughout the movie. And honestly, out of all of the movies I've seen, even the top 3 on my list, I've probably seen this movie more times than any other film that came out this year. Number 3 is Dune. Dune is everything I wanted in a Denis Villeneuve movie that is sci-fi and based off a classic IP. As I stated before, I have not read the Dune book, but based on what my father said, who did read the Dune book, Villeneuve respected the book when he adapted it into a movie, and he did everything that needed to be done in order to make a good Dune movie. And considering the end result, I believe that, because Dune is a great movie. Number 2 is Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho is a good first step into horror for Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright, I had a little bit of doubt because I had seen other comedy directors go to horror that the results weren't as good. But after seeing this, Edgar Wright completely understands horror. I'm fully convinced of that. He developed a great story with some really intense scenes in it. And honestly, I cannot wait for whatever else he has to offer if he continues to work in horror. And now, my number 1 favorite movie of 2021. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed Spider-Man No Way Home, you are correct. As a longtime Spider-Man fan, this is the Spider-Man movie I have been waiting to see since Spider-Man 2. Because since Spider-Man 2, I have not seen a great Spider-Man movie. And honestly, this one is a great Spider-Man movie. The film, it has a great story with great characters, with terrific acting. And honestly, I really, really cannot wait to see where Spider-Man goes from now on. As long as they can keep this up, I'm in with it. Well, those are my top 10 favorite movies of 2021. I know some of you probably don't entirely agree with me on a few things, but that's okay. This is just my personal list. You all can have your own if you want. Like if your favorite movie was, I don't know, Barbie or something like that. You know, whatever. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Badetsky